coming to you from the Orange Room in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. This is It's Only Food with your host, Chef John Politte.
Well, hello and welcome back to It's Only Food. I am Chef John Politte, and this is It's Only Food. Well, it's about 120 degrees up here in Minneapolis this week, and the humidity is about 900, so it's really, really hot. I am not wearing a chef coat. I am just wearing a tank top with the sleeves cut up. Hopefully I don't offend anybody. Today we're cooking up some really, really good Reuben sandwiches. So that's what we're cooking up today. Let's move in over here and see what the ingredients are. Of course, I've got the corned beef, I've got the sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, which is actually processed Swiss American, some butter, some marble rye bread, Thousand Island instead of Russian dressing, and of course, that's it. So, when we get right back, we will get to mixing it up and getting it cooking. One of these great sandwiches. Don't go away. All right, well, with the Reuben sandwich, of course, we're going to do up the corned beef. What I have here is I have some very nice, they're almost like the steak-um patties. I get them up through wholesale into the restaurant. They have these for fajitas, they have these for stir fries, they have these for Philly cheese, and of course they have the corned beef, which is for the Reuben. They come in frozen. I let these thaw out just a little bit so I don't get splattered when I put them on the grill. What I'm going to do now, I turn the right burner on. What do you know? Just going to get these onto the grill and let them cook. This is the same pan we're going to use to make our sandwiches in, but I just want to get these cooking, and we're going to show you just the way we do it here. We're not going to do it any differently. The sandwich is going to come out the same. It's just going to be probably produced a little bit different than some of y'all might do it, or some of the restaurants that you've gone. Of course, I've got the butter, I've got my bread, I've got my Swiss cheese, I've got the sauerkraut, and I've got Thousand Island dressing. I am not a spokesman for crafts by any means. If I had my way, I would make it myself, but since it's only food, we're showing you the quick and easy way. All Thousand Island is basically ketchup, mayonnaise, and relish. You can put egg in there if you want to. What we're doing is we're just basically putting the Thousand Island right into the sauerkraut, and we're just going to mix that up. Make a nice little mixture. Just how my mom did it. So, and you just let this sit. And then of course we're getting our prep all ready to go here. While the meat cooks, I'm giving the meat a flip off camera. But you can still hear that, I'm sure. Alright, I'm just going to throw a little butter on this. And we're going to put that face side down, of course, on the grill when the when the meat is all done. And I like lots and lots of cheese, so I brought lots and lots of cheese to this party. But meanwhile, I've got many facts here about Reuben sandwiches. The possible origins of the old sandwich come from many accounts. One account holds that Reuben Kolakovsky, sometimes spelled Reuben with an I, was a Jewish Lithuanian-born grocer residing in Omaha, Nebraska. He was the inventor, perhaps, as part of a group effort and members of the Kolakovsky's weekly poker game. They all came up with this sandwich in what was known as the committee. I'm just going to flip my patties over here. I could probably put the camera back on this now. There we go. Now you can watch that while I read a little bit of bits of information. Another account has the Reuben's creator was Arnold Reuben, the German Jewish owner of the famed yet defunct Reuben's Delicatessen in New York City, who, according to an interview with Craig Claiborne, invented the Reuben special around 1914. The first account I told you about, the guys that were playing poker, is around 1920 to 1935. So this sandwich has been around for a while. A lot of accounts here. This is Wikipedia, so God knows if it's right or not. But variations of this sandwich, of course, are the Rachel. We've all heard that, which some use pastrami and coleslaw. I know the delicatessen Meixsell in New York, thank you, off camera. They call that the Maury Amsterdam. I always liked that because I loved Maury Amsterdam on the old Dick Van Dyke show. You got a grouper Reuben. Grouper Reuben would probably be in Florida. It's down in Florida. Yep, they got a lobster Reuben in the Florida Keys. The West Coast Reuben substitutes Dijon mustard for the Russian dressing. We're substituting Thousand Island. The Montreal Reuben substitutes Montreal style smoked meat for the corned beef. Then of course Reuben egg rolls. I've seen some of you guys do the Reuben egg rolls on YouTube here. And then of course the walleye Reuben, which is Minnesotan because we're the only state in the union that has walleye. So anyway, back to our meat. I am using this product here just to show you what can be done with it. I am not a spokesman for this product either. It is a steak type meat. And I know a lot of you guys out there on YouTube, I watch most of you guys like to smoke your own corned beefs, and you like to cook your own. You show us a lot of ways to make corned beef. I'm not taking anything away from you guys. You guys do a fantastic job, and people, if you're watching, don't ever dismiss that theirs aren't good. And I know I like to tell you that we make restaurant quality food on this show, which we do. But we don't have time to be smoking a brisket, breaking it down, and then doing a sandwich. I'd love to do that, but I'd like to make my shows short and quick, show you how to get the shortcuts into getting a restaurant style meal. I would much rather use the good meat, but this is really good product. We do use it where we are at, and if you can see it's falling apart, it is hot. It is just, you can't see that. I'm gonna hold that up and get back into focus there. Focus. It is thinly sliced corned beef. What happens is they just cold press it together and form it into a patty. There are no, sulfites and all kinds of chemicals in this. It is good product. Now I'm just gonna, excuse me, get a little bowl here to put this in. Should have done this at the restaurant. It'd be a lot easier on the grill. See if we've got any more bits of information on the Reuben. The Rachel, we talked about that. That's not the girl from Friends, okay? The Georgia Reuben or the California Reuben, which uses barbecue sauce or French dressing instead of the Russian dressing. Oh, further reading. Oh, footnotes. I never understood footnotes. Oh, Russian dressing. Oh, I printed this off to teach you guys about Russian dressing. Like I said, we're using Thousand Island, mayonnaise, ketchup, and relish, sometimes eggs. Russian dressing is basically the same thing. It was actually Russian dressing. I don't know why. I did see this in my studies for making this show. Russian dressing is a salad dressing invented in, guess where? Nasha, New Hampshire. Of all the places, New Hampshire. By James E. Colburn, likely in 1910. Typically piquant, it is today characteristically made by a blend of mayonnaise and ketchup, complemented with such additional ingredients as horseradish, pimentos, chives, and spices. So we're looking at about the same time frame as the old corned beef Reuben came into view. So it's a nice marrying of flavors there. I always like to study the history of food too. It's always cool. All right, I'm going to take the corned beef off and put it into a bowl. And then we're going to start making our sandwiches. Got my pan on there. I'm going to put the right on there. I'm only making one, so we got to do it right. And I said I like cheese. Well, we're gonna have lots and lots of cheese here. So this bread's pretty thick too, so we've got to make sure we got plenty of cheese on there because it's going to take time for that heat to get up through the bread to melt it. I'll go 4 slices. Trinity, you want one? Let's see if Trinity wants some. You want some cheese? Here, look. Of course, the cat's right there. Here you go, babe. Booyah. She doesn't like to eat on camera. She's a lady. Good stuff, huh? Yeah, oh, now she wants all the sandwich. I'll probably have to give her a bite of the sandwich when we're done too. All right, I've got my bread on. I got the cheese going, so it's gonna melt. What we do next, and now is where you can get sloppy and messy here, because that's what this is all about. Typically, you want to grill all the goodies. Typically, you want to grill your Thousand Island and your sauerkraut, because you want it hot. You don't want it cold in your sandwich. What's the only thing you want cold on this sandwich is going to be the beer that's served with it, okay? I'm going to let that get hot. That corned beef on there piled high. High, 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 as Paul McCartney said, right? The rest of this on there. Help melt that cheese. You want to get it nice and crispy. Not used to cooking on a tiny grill. I'm used to that big one I got. Big old Mohawk I got in my kitchen at work. Alright, what we're going to do now is I'm just going to let this finish cooking, getting nice and crispy. Then I'm going to throw it on the cutting board and cut it up, plate it up with a pickle or whatever I decide to do, make it nice and pretty for all of you folks at home. And then I will taste it. We will say goodbye and we'll see each other again. So don't go anywhere. We're going to try this out. Okay, I got the napkins at the ready because this is going to be a gooey goodness. We get the napkins here. Let's fill that roll. This sandwich is just thick. I don't know if you can see that. That is some gorgeous, gorgeous meat. Let me try this camera here too. Look how thick that is. I don't know if you can see that, if it's focusing or not. That is just fat and juicy and full of just Thousand Island dressing. That is a Reuben sandwich. That is a killer Reuben sandwich. All that needs is a nice cold dark beer to go with that. I got the pickles. I mean, it's good. Chips, potato chips would be good. Anyway, thank you for joining us on It's Only Food today. I hope you learned a little bit about Reuben sandwiches. I know I did. I didn't know any of this until I looked it up. Thanks for coming along on this journey with us with this Reuben sandwich. Wish I could share with all of you, but all I can do is share this video. So make sure you like the video, leave a comment down below, stop in and say hi, subscribe if you haven't already, and share this channel and video with everybody you know. Take care. Thanks a lot for joining It's Only Food. Bye-bye.